Is this thing on? I'm pretty sure it's on. Okay, what's going on, everybody? Oh, wow. Look at that thing. Okay. Move that out of the way. Looks even worse. That's just what you have to deal with when you're me. Okay. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Pope here. You might be noticing a little bit of a change of format. Obviously, I'm not an animated dude on this particular episode. And the reason for it is actually really simple. I didn't fucking feel like editing one of those animated videos, and I wanted to get it out. So here we are right now, and today, guys, we are talking about something that is super, super, super ultra interesting to me, which is the subject of Satanism. Now, I do have a script. It's right here in front of me on my computer. But the truth is that I actually know a lot about this subject, probably without the script. So I'm going to do kind of a halfway point. So with that said, let's talk about the awesomeness that is Satanism. But I guess I should give it the good old college try, the good old Pope intro. So here goes. What's going on? I hope you guys find this interesting. I don't know if you will. Maybe you like the animated version. I don't know. All right. What's going on, everybody? Pope here. And today I'm going to scare the living shit out of your parents because we are talking about Satanism. Now, in my time as your faithful servant Pope, if there has been one accusation that has been leveled against me time and time again, seriously, it happens all the time, it's that I'm a Satanist. And the truth is that I'm not a Satanist, although I do respect a lot of their ideas and beliefs. I do not, however, respect some of the stuff that's been going on in the Satanic Church lately. We'll get a little bit more into that later. But the thing I wanted to focus on for these next two episodes, it's going to be this one and then another one, is actually the two different types of Satanism that you should look out for. Okay? So it's actually pretty simple. You have two kinds. You have two different kinds, okay? So you have Atheistic Satanism and you have Theistic Satanism. All right? Atheistic Satanism is, there's about a 95% chance that that's what you think of when you think of Satanism. You think of Ashton Levay in the 60s, if you're up on that stuff. In the 80s, you think about the Satanic Panic. You think about you think about Knights in Satan's Service, also known as KISS. They want to rock and roll all night and party every day. Right? You think about things like that. This is stemmed from the religion of Ashton Levay, which is in reality not really much of a religion at all. Ashton Levay, what he did was he took some ideas that were occult ideas and he kind of twisted them around a little bit to make them sound really spicy and interesting. But the truth is if you read the Satanic Bible, and you really, really should read the Satanic Bible, one of the first things you'll notice is that the book says that there is no God and there is no Satan. Okay? It is atheistic. All right? Now, Ashton Levay, he did a lot of this as a way of kind of almost glorifying himself, but also just putting these ideas out there. He was a very simple guy, in my opinion, although a lot of people see him as a lot more complex than maybe he seems at first blush. But he was a showman. He was a born showman. And so what he was trying to get across was not that there was a Satan. It was that the problems that we have in this world and the things that we do in this world and the success or failure that we achieve in this world are our responsibilities and our responsibility alone. All right? So for a lot of people, this is really, really hard to wrap your head around. And I don't want to point any fingers at anybody and kind of say for a certain type of person. All I'll really say on the matter is that there are types of people who prefer to offset the responsibility for their actions off onto another entity. And it doesn't have to be God. It could be blaming your parents. It could be blaming your church. It could be blaming your family. It could be blaming Pope. It could be blaming Eminem. You know, like your responsibility, it lies with you. And Anton LaVey believed that. And so atheistic Satanism has a very strict code of morals that kept it interesting. For example, the idea that has kind of pervaded culture is that satanic worship involves really, really ghastly things, like such as killing children. Child molestation is something they're accused of. Killing animals. I remember when I was a kid, I heard a story about Marilyn Manson sacrificing a puppy at one of his shows. Like, this is literally a thing that I heard, that he took a puppy and threw it into the crowd, and the crowd tore this poor little thing into shreds. Marilyn Manson was a member of the Satanic Church, and so I think those ideas kind of go together. This is not true. Marilyn Manson, for all the monstrous things that he's done and have been coming out for a while now, Marilyn Manson is not known for sacrificing puppies at his shows. This is people talking, mostly about things that they did not know about. And later on, when I got to know Marilyn Manson a little bit, as a fan of his music, I, obviously was able to kind of cast off some of these stupid ideas. However, Marilyn Manson, as I said before, and as I alluded to, was kind of a monster in other ways, and those ways will be coming out in court, and I hope that he receives the proper punishment for the crimes that he allegedly committed. With that said, Marilyn Manson is not the only Satanist out there, although he is one of the most famous ones that is an open and active Satanist. There are many else out there. So, with that said, if Satanists don't sacrifice puppies, and if they don't rape children, then what do? I mean, what do you do all day as a Satanist? Do you just sit around making fun of Christians? Now, I will say that this is something that actually somebody in my life has accused me of. And I'm not even a Satanist. They just said, well, Pope, what do you do except sit around just making fun of religious people? Like, ha ha, you believe in God, you're so stupid. And it's like, no, there's a lot more to it. So there's a strict code of morals when it comes to Satanists. And the idea is to take responsibility for your actions, as I said, and also to try to be a good person. Now, I know that this sounds like a paradox. It sounds like an oxymoron, but it's not. It is literally in the Satanic Bible to try to live an honorable life. And so the way this manifests is respecting women and not raping them and not even really bothering them if they don't want to be bothered by you. It's huge. Anton LaVey was a huge feminist, as far as I can tell. Actually wrote a book called The Satanic Witch for his daughter that talked about how to use sex to manipulate men. It's super awesome. You should definitely read it. But beyond that, there was also the idea of honor. Honor was very serious in Satanic practice and is very serious in Satanic practice. So honor means when you go into somebody else's house, you respect them and you respect that house. Even if maybe you don't respect the person or like that person, you respect their space. And in turn, you expect the same respect of your space. And you don't give advice unless it's asked for. And you don't ask for advice unless it's needed. Things that are a little bit common sense. If you read the Satanic Bible, a lot of it is super common sense. And the reason was because Anton LaVey was seriously pragmatic. And so you might say to me, okay, Pope, well, with all of that going on and all of this honor stuff and all of this consensual stuff with women, then what exactly is the thing about Satanism that people are talking about, especially today? Today, you have an idea perpetuated by the organization QAnon that says that basically all of the elites and Democrats, because of course QAnon's Republicans, so of course it's Democrats, what they do is they have a satanic cabal of Cabal. I mean, who even uses the word cabal? I see it in every article about this, but who even fucking says cabal? I don't even think I've heard that word unless it's in relation to the Mortal Kombat 3 character, who's awesome. He's got like the fucking crowbars. He's like super cool, man. He like hooks you and he's like, ah, and you're just like, fuck. He was in the new movie too. It's dope. Anyway, point being that apparently there's this group of satanic people who they meet every single year at this ranch in like California or something, and they rape kids and all this other crazy shit. When QAnon is talking about that, first of all, that's stupid. But second of all, they're not actually talking about atheistic Satanists. They're talking about Luciferians. And Luciferians is something we're going to get into next week. But to give you the basic idea, a Luciferian is a theistic Satanist. Okay, so a person who actually believes that Satan exists as an entity and can be contacted and spoke to in the same way Christians believe you can pray to God, right? That is a very interesting practice. Luciferianism, as far as I can find in my research, does not involve hurting people. But they look at demons, and so there's a demon, the worship of demons. It's the word for the worship of demons. It's demonolatry, okay? And these people see demons and Satan as a source of wisdom, which is a lot the way people see Jesus Christ. It's really honestly so shocking if you do research on these subjects, how fucking normal they are. How normal and simple and definitely not into hurting people they are. All right? In fact, the book on demon worship, I read it, and it was so incredibly wholesome that I stopped and said, aw, like 5 times. It's like super wholesome. Okay, we're going to get into that next week. But for now, what I want you to take away from this video is actually really simple. And that is that your friendly neighborhood Satanist is not, chances are, a bad person. They're not a harmful person. They're not looking to sacrifice your puppy. Okay? Now, with that said, I should say that the Satanic Church as an organization has recently been put through some legal issues due to alleged crimes that they committed, things such as like filtering money and embezzlement, harassment and abuse of members, and things of that nature. And if that's true, which I believe they're still going to court over it, and it hasn't been said either way, and I don't want to give a definitive answer because I wasn't there, but I will say that if it is true, then you shouldn't allow it to taint your view of the Satanist religion in general. Generally speaking, Satanists are not bad people, and I've known a few, and they've just been great people, just great to hang out with, great to know, and great musical taste. Just saying. And it's just like Catholicism, you know, there's like the whole sex scandal thing is like seriously tearing a hole straight through the middle of Catholicism right now. But I strongly doubt that most people hate and fear the entire Catholic organization as a result of these people that are doing these horrid things. Okay? So keep that in mind until next week when we talk about Luciferianism. But for now, you know I got to do my little outro thing. So, are you a Satanist? Do you worship the devil on the black midnight on a black Sabbath? Did you go to the crossroads and sell your soul for a golden fiddle? Tell me in the comments. Or I'll break out my golden fiddle and I'll play it terribly. I mean, really terribly. I can't play fiddle. I have no idea how to play it. I can play guitar, though. Thanks for checking out Pope Explains. I'll see you next week.